Hi, Miss Diaz.
Yes, hello. Who am I speaking with?
It's Mondes here. I'm the school principal. I am so sorry about your loss.
Mr. I'm sorry,
Mondes here.
Monasir. Okay, Mr.
Yes.
Monasir. This is Evelyn Diaz. Okay, mother of Daniel Benson Diaz. I am recording this call for the purpose of disclosing. Okay, I am calling because I need to get information on yesterday. What happened? There was a meeting. I was not briefed out for this meeting. I don't know who talked to my son. My son ran from your school past two
Mhm.
security guards. I need to speak to you on regards to that. Who was on that meeting yesterday? What was
So,
said? What security guards did not stop my child and let him run from the school?
okay, so we had a reentry meeting. So he came up. He came with his dad. Okay, so we had the child study team meeting. Meeting to bring him back to school, and also to discuss a plan for him moving forward because he had been suspended several times. Uh, so at this point, when we start talking about, the possibility of outside placement, he threw the chair and ran, and Dad went after him. So because he's under that purview at this point, we didn't admit him in school, but Dad went after him. But he was here with his father, meeting to come back after he was suspended.
Okay, so what was the reason that he ran out of the meeting?
We were talking about because we were looking for outside placement for him, maybe looking at different schools. He just threw his chair and ran out,
Right.
and his dad followed him.
Okay. There was a counselor that had called me when there was an incident when Daniel was getting suspended. What is that counselor's name?
Who's that? So our counselor is Miss Nieves.
It
Is
wasn't
that
Miss
who you're talking
Nieves.
about?
It was a male.
Mr. Salazar, is that the child study team person?
I can't remember exact name, but he was working closely with Daniel, and he had called me to tell me about what happened while Daniel was getting suspended.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's who I'm talking about.
Okay.
So what is his name?
Mr. Salazar, if that's who you're referring to. That's the child study team person. But
Okay.
so usually the way it works, we report, the suspension to our parents, right? So his guardian, as far as we know, was dad. We call dad, if he was suspended, we tell him why. He has a letter why he's suspended. So that's the way it's been working.
I, respectfully, I understand how suspension works. Okay, before we get to go back into that, I have something to say about that. Who was at that meeting when Daniel was being considered, okay, or expelled from your school to be in an out of school district? Okay,
Well,
who was in the
then
meeting?
he was not being expelled. We had our vice principal, Ms. Rockadana. We had the child study team. We had Mr. Salazar, who's the case manager. Um, we had Miss Cruz, another person from the child study team, right? And we had, someone from special ed as well.
Okay, now we're gonna go back to Daniel when he was getting suspended. Okay,
Hmm.
Daniel ran into a teacher in your hallway. Okay, a teacher that did not know about Daniel, nor did he have any experience on IEPs or proceedings, and he inappropriately approached Daniel because
So I
Daniel
mean,
cursed.
so
Let me finish. Let me
can
finish.
I?
I heard you,
Mhm.
mister. Let me finish. Okay? Daniel was cussing in the hallway, and there's a policy that needs to be followed. Understood. Nothing wrong with that. All right? His approach to Daniel, however, was you have lunch detention. And this is what I asked your counselor. 99% of your students curse in that school, and you cannot tell me otherwise. It is proven. So, did that teacher who was incompetent to reach to my son do the same thing for every single child that did cuss in that school? And the answer will be no. You don't have to answer. The answer will be no because I know. Because it will be impossible for that teacher to do that. However, the teacher at that point had a choice when he saw Daniel's reaction. He could have walked away and got help and learn who Daniel was to handle the situation appropriately. And he did not. You know what he chose to do? He chose to look at Daniel and say, now you have another lunch detention day. Retaliation. So now my son lost it because that was a trigger that is clearly
Miss
stated in his IEP. You
Miss
understand?
Diaz,
Excuse me.
listen, Miss Diaz, I understand you're going through a
Excuse
tough
me.
time.
He was
Listen to me.
suspended
I
for that
understand you're going
reason.
through a tough time. I don't mind explaining to you what's happening. Obviously, I would suggest you reach out to a counselor because I can tell you what happened, right? So
I don't need you to
I
tell me what happened anymore. I'm trying to put one and two together.
I
Why he was suspended. Now he gets back to the school. You guys have this meeting and now you're deciding to put him on the out of
Miss
placement school. I
Miss
told that
Miss
counselor that
Diaz,
that would have been a trigger. If you know
Miss
my
Diaz,
son has an IEP, okay?
Miss Diaz,
If you
I understand you are very
excuse
upset.
me, if you know my son has an IEP, why were you guys not ready at that meeting to attend the consequences of his reaction? You let him run out of your meeting, out of the school. He went past of two of your security guards, two of them. He ran home and he took his life. Do you see where I'm going with this? It could have been avoided. Mr.
Um,
Montesir, there is nothing that you can say that will bring my child back. But I
I
am
know.
assuring you today that the eyes of the law will handle this one. You have a very nice day.
I understand.
Are you okay?
Today, you will be forever missed. La 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 la.